Alright, so welcome to some MX versus ATV All Out. A huge thanks to Rainbow Studios THQ Nordic for sending over an early copy of the game so we could take a look at it and show a little bit of it to you, at least a first look. And that's all this is. It's just a first look, kind of first impressions of playing the game a little bit. Enough to upgrade this bike completely and buy ourselves a complete gear set. That's as much as I played, and surprisingly, that's a little bit more than you might think, because you have to get moto coins you earn moto coins for winning races and stuff like that to purchase this stuff, but we'll talk about that when we check out the little segment of customization. Before I get too far into anything, this is an early version of the game, so you might see spots of lag on the video, the frame drop. When I was playing against the AI, trying to level up, that's where I noticed it most. A little bit on the supercross tracks, more so on the national tracks. It is not the exact same version that you're going to get when you get the game on March 27th? March 27th. I've already talked to someone over at Rainbow. They have a patch for it to fix a lot of the lag and the frame rate issue and stuff like that. So don't worry about it. This is an early version of the game. It's different from the one that you're gonna have. So the other thing, if you do, when you're playing it, you know, if you come across a weird glitch or something weird, let them know on their Facebook page, let them know on their Twitter, let them know somewhere. Give them your constructive criticism or the glitch or the problem that you found, and they'll try to fix it. They want to have the best version of the game out there for you. So yeah, let them know, guys. Let them know. Speak up. Don't be shy. They want to hear about it. They want to know. They want to improve everything they can. So send them a message, and that will help out a lot. But this is the main menu, what you're looking at. That little supercross track we were at a little bit ago and this kind of freestyle area. This is the Freeride Map that you are dropped into instantly when the game starts. Well, the game starts, it shows Rainbow Studios logo, THQ Nordic logo, and then it gives you the don't imitate the riding movements shown in this game. You know, that disclaimer. And then it goes to a load screen, I think, and then it drops you into here. This is the main menu. It's insane. This is the main menu. Is something as simple as that completely changed, gives it that fresh feeling. And then you hit the pause button, come into here, and you have these tabs. You can go left or right. We went to the garage, and we're going to look at the vehicle. This is the 250F, the Nordic, THQ Nordic bike, I think. And I have it fully upgraded, basically. Pretty much. I think maybe the grips and I don't even know. Something else. I'm sure there's something else that aren't fully upgraded. I think maybe the handlebars. But you earn moto coins by participating in events. So I did a lot of medium difficulty AI short 3-4 lap races, supercross, to grind out some moto coins. And I think I got anywhere between 1900 to 1200 to 1900 moto coins per race win against the AI on medium difficulty. So it will take a while. I think it took me probably like 25,000-ish, 30,000-ish moto coins to basically fully upgrade this 250F and then buy a complete gear set. So it does take a little bit. Now, the AI... Well, let's finish with the customization. So we're kind of going through, showing you a little bit. I know I'm going through it kind of quickly, but it's just a first look. We'll do an in-depth customization video here very shortly, but this is kind of... A lot of people want to see the graphics kits and stuff like that. I get asked that a lot when I do videos like this, so thought we'd kind of show it to you a little bit. It takes a second for it to load in. I was trying to wait. Got that pink stuff going on there. So... it's really short. We don't go through the rider customization, which is really in-depth. There's a lot going on there, but just kind of going over the bike, the parts, and the tuning, I guess. The tuning. We're going to take a look at the tuning, because once you buy the upgrades, you can kind of tweak the bike to the way you want it to ride or handle, I guess, which is a little similar to past MX versus ATVs, which I'm really glad to see them go back to that and allow you to set the bike up kind of the way you want it to feel. Supercross Encore didn't really have that. This game does. So the customization is much more in depth than it has been in the recent couple titles that they had. So I'm glad to see that it has made a return. Now we are using that same bike at Indianapolis, running like one lap here. This was Pretty much, there's a couple of reasons. This was one track that I could kind of get around with very minimal time in the game without crashing constantly. I mean, it just took a little getting used to. It's a very pick up and play friendly game. Anyone can pick it up and play it, but it's a game where you can just tell that it's gonna take time to master, to get good at. It's gonna take time. It's an easy pick up and play game. Anybody can do it. Anybody can have fun with it. But if you want to be really fast, it's gonna take time to learn all that stuff, you know, to get it all down. But since we're on this track and since we're doing Freeride, I want to talk a little bit about the manual transmission. The manual transmission I used here. I don't know if I used it on this specific track, but I used it a lot in Supercross, more so in Supercross than anything else. They do have the manual transmission in the game, once again, for all you manual transmission fanatics out there, but it does feel different. It feels nothing like it did with Encore. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say it's not like that because I could be wrong, but it feels more like you have to run it through the gears a little bit more and stay more in second and third and not just go downshift all the way to first gear and then just boom, upshift straight to fifth like you did in Encore. It feels different than that. Now, I could ultimately end up being wrong months down the road when everybody's mastered the game, and then I look dumb for saying that, but to me, with very little time in the game, it feels different. And I'm glad to see that the manual transmission is in the game, and I'm glad to see that the manual feels more... It's an arcade game, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a sim, but it feels a little bit more realistic than it has in, for instance, Supercross Encore, I guess. It does have a preload. It does have a slight clutch boost. Now, don't freak out. The clutch boost to me feels very small. It feels very minor. It's like just enough of a clutch boost to make it feel like you actually have a clutch. You know, sometimes you'll clutch and it just doesn't feel like it serves a purpose. This one does kind of feel like it serves a purpose. It gives you a little bit of a boost, but it's not a massive, huge, insane, obnoxious clutch boost out of the corner. It feels like it's just enough, especially for an arcade game. The preload is similar where it's not a lot, okay? Let's go to Supercross Encore. Nothing like that. It's much less. Now, the one thing where it does feel like the preload's bigger than it really is because the physics, it's a little floaty. It's a little floaty, which, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with it because it's an arcade game, but it does feel a little bit too floaty. I wish you could come back to the ground a little bit quicker. On the other side of that, though, when you're running laps, you know, instead of trying to hit, you know, trying to quintuple a section or quadruple a section, it might be faster to actually step on, step off that table than to just jump everything. You know what I mean? So it does make you rethink your lines a little bit, which is interesting and I'm kind of glad to see. So it's kind of like I like it, but yet I kind of wish it wasn't as floaty at the same time. So it is a little floaty for the people that thought it looked like that. It does feel like it, but more so on some jumps than others, but not too bad. And then here we're at the same open Freeride world where we're throwing some whips, because whips, everybody... How are the whips? Are the whips good? Are they scripted? Are they free? I can tell you they are free. They are 100% player controlled. And the first time that I tried doing it, the first time I tried throwing a whip, actually the first few times, I landed completely sideways, like just turned sideways, left side down, and just kept crashing. I had a hard time trying to figure out how to make it come back. It feels different. It feels so different from most MX versus ATV games. There's a certain level of finesse, I guess, you have to use with it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's not just... It doesn't, for me at least, it doesn't just feel like you're going to slam the six to the left or the right. It feels like you have to think about it a little bit more to get the bike to do what you want and then to bring it back around. So the whipping system, there is a small learning curve. It's very fun. It's a fun learning curve and it's easy to pick up. It doesn't take that long to learn it. But if you're familiar with other games, it feels different, and I welcome the change. It's awesome. I like it. It's so different from past MX versus ATVs. It's a fresh take on it, I guess, is what I'm saying. But that about wraps it up for this video. You guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. If you want to see something specific, let me know down in the comments, and we can try and do that. But until the next video, take it easy.